Hello, my name is Shitiz Srivastava and this is my podcast. So, basically today I was listening to this conversation of Anurag Kashyap with Mayank Shekhar, and it was on YouTube, and I came to know that Anurag Kashyap already has connections when he came to Mumbai. And more than that, in 90s it was very easy for you to become anything. The TV industry was open, the film industry was open, it was very easy to meet anyone at that time. Then compared to now, at that time, there were offices that were open, there were no security guards. Even if there were security guards, you would actually go and meet someone. But right now, there's huge barrier, there's huge screening process before meeting any celebrity or any director or any writer, because there's phones. And phones on one side have made the communication easier between people. On the other side, they have made it much more difficult. You just can't meet anyone. You have to message them. They don't check messages. You can email them, but they don't check emails. You can call them, but they will going to tell you that since they don't know you, they will meet you someday, or they don't have time, or they don't have vacancy, or they don't have anything for you. And the technology that is changing every day is a huge barrier as well, because everyone is creating something, and the content that is on internet right now, even on OTT platforms, even on the terms of films, is so mediocre that you don't want to see that. It reminds you that why you went to Mumbai at the first place. Sometimes I wonder whether I fucked up with my life just because I went to film industry. But then, that's the choice one makes, and one doesn't know what he's going to experience when he's going to Mumbai. So film industry is not as it seems, and it is not as easy as it seems right now. And most of the people who think of going to Mumbai film industry does not know that. And when I talk to people who seem to be passionate about film industry, don't even know even 0.001% of what kind of struggles they are going to face. When they talk about the struggle is not physical basically. The struggle is mental. You are unable to get work despite you seeing that there are people who know less than you, who have less experience than you, who are less motivated and passionate than you. You will never get the kind of work that you expect that you should get. And that is the biggest problem with everything that is happening there. Nepotism is there. People who are rich, I have seen that, get easily inside film industry without doing much, without even knowing about the filmmaking. Because there are directors I have worked with who didn't know anything about direction, but they still did it because the DOPs were helping them, the editors were helping them, the sound guys were helping them, the producers were helping them, and so many people were helping them on the sets that even if they didn't know about the film direction, they would create a mediocre film by just taking every shot that they can possibly take in any scene. And the digital has made it much more easier for them. They would just take any fucking shot and everything will be seen on edit. There is no craft left in editing. People just keep putting random edits and it just works. There's no art left there. There is no consciously putting things there that means anything. That is why the work of art has diluted over time. Right now you cannot just see an Amit Bhadana video or any other video of a YouTube celebrity and you can analyze it and try to understand that what was going behind that particular video and what was the meaning of that, because there is no meaning for that. It is supposed to give you just momentary satisfaction of watching something which you just like while doing your job and earning money. And the biggest problem that right now that I think that most of the people are facing is that they just have to survive and do nothing else. They just have to survive. And survival has become one of the biggest problems right now. With the kind of inflation, the kind of high pricing and the kind of unemployment that there is in this world, that no amount of skill or talent or hard work can get you anywhere. Because there are so many people who are trying to do the same thing. There's in every job, in everything that you want to do, there are so many people who are already doing it, and they are doing it better than you because they have started much before you. That if you want to start it now, it is going to take a lot of time for you to just match up to their skills or match up to their experience in that particular field. And so many new fields has been generating each and every day that it is impossible for you to keep a track of everything. One day you realize that, okay, Snapchat has been launched. One day you realize, okay, Instagram has been launched. One day you realize, okay, YouTube has been. Different platforms has been generated to create content, and every platform has different levels of content. And every platform has their own audience which wants to see different content. So which platform should you choose, and which platform, and on which platform you should actually start making content for? You just don't know. The idea of making the camera super cheap, the idea that camera has came inside mobile and they are producing good content because of that, because of resolution of an iPhone 4. An iPhone phone is way higher than the cameras that existed like 8 years ago, even 8 years ago. Today the phone cameras are so capable of shooting something that it was difficult to match it with the content that was produced 8 years ago, which has opened so many doors for so many people. And I think they are wasting their life creating content and not developing their skills. What if the TikTok stops working, like what is happening? TikTok stops working, like what is happening right now with India-China war? What if the TikTok stops working one day? Will there be people who will be doing the same thing, who have invested like 2-3 years into making TikTok videos and becoming superstars? Will they have the same brand? Except for the 10-15 people who are at the top of TikTok and who are already earning money through it, and who have already become brands and well-known people who can shift to any platform easily. Like I've seen the videos of Faizu and Zannat Zubair on YouTube, and they have already got millions of subscribers without doing anything. And people are not looking at their content, people are looking at their face. People are charmed by the life that they live, people are charmed by the face that they have, and they don't care about the art anymore. They just care about how the people look. And the looks have become the most important thing for any platform right now. Content creation is right now all about looks. If you watch the videos of filter, there are so many beautiful girls they are using to gather the traction. And they keep making the same jokes again and again and again, and you keep watching them because you have nothing else to do, because it is on air and it is for free. And if you get something for free, you tend to take it. You just consume it because it's for free and you want to watch it. What the hell? You are losing nothing. They are earning money through it, and you are just wasting your sheer amount of time by just watching it. It is amusing as well as irritating at the same time. And nothing is ever going to change. It's only going to deteriorate with time and technology. And I feel bad for people who think that they're going to make it in the field, thinking that there is still scope for something to happen. Like I was watching this independent film called Cosmos, the trailer of that film, and I realized that the budget that they were using and promoting themselves as low budget or a no budget film still had huge amount of budget, which most of the filmmakers don't even have. They say that you can make a low budget film in literally zero money, but that is not true actually. People who do that are lying to you. They already had the budget and they made the film in a decent budget in which Hindi films are made. So I don't know why they keep saying that people are making films on low budget, because if there is no budget, then there is only camera with you and there are actors and there is only location that is freely available to you, and you are just shooting random things, and people are not going to like it, because people have developed this perception about cinema where they see things which is glorified to a level where they start just liking the frames because they are heavily lit. If it is not heavily lit, they don't even have the patience to watch the films that are actually good. I reckon that anyone today who thinks of themselves as a connoisseur of good films can watch Iranian films or French films or Italian films or American, even old American films which are good, because they took time to establish the characters, which now is not happening. Right now the people have lost the patience and they don't wait for the story writer to establish the characters. They just want to get into the main story, just want to get into the conflict points. Of most of the films and series and content that is starting, it starts from the conflict. They want to gather your interest as immediately as possible, and that is ruining the art, and that is ruining everything that people like me has learned over the years, and it's not working. it's not working. So somewhere there's a need to pivot to another side, to pivot to understand the new technology and the new way of how the cinema is made, the new way of how films should be made. One has to predict the future. One has to understand and work with the things that are working already in the world. And that is one thing that I am really worried about, that how to understand that after a particular gap of so many years of programming your mind to understand a particular thing in one particular manner, how will you try to learn new things now? And how will you deal with that? That is the big question in front of one person. And I am not the only one who is struggling with this thought. There are so many people who are struggling with the same thought. And I know all these people, and I know what kind of struggle that they are going through. And there is no end to it. There is no end to it. So let me just break this podcast here right now, and I will talk about my thought. Thank you for listening to me.